Welcome to today's Explainer. You know, it's wild, but a massive percentage of software projects completely tank, and it's almost never because the core idea was bad. It's usually because of scaling bottlenecks. If you're in the business of creating digital products, you already know the hard truth. Building great software isn't just about writing lines of code. It's about having the right people, executing the absolute right process, and maintaining the flexibility to scale up the exact second your business starts to take off. Today we're breaking down exactly how to pull that off by looking at the dedicated software development model, and how building faster really just comes down to having the right team in your corner.
Okay, let's dive into this. Anyone who has actually tried to scale a technical team knows the sheer pull-your-hair-out frustration it causes. You've got this brilliant product roadmap, the market demand is red hot, but when it's time to actually execute, bam, you hit a massive brick wall. Business owners and CTOs are constantly fighting this friction. Growing your technical capabilities often feels like you're trying to upgrade an airplane's engine while you're still flying at 30,000 feet. The pain points are real, they are super persistent, and they will completely derail your timeline if you aren't ready for them.
Section 1. The Software Scaling Bottleneck. When you look at the comparison here, the disconnect is just so obvious. On one hand, you have traditional recruitment. It drags on for 3, maybe even 6 months while you're sourcing, interviewing, and onboarding a new hire. It is famously rigid and incredibly slow. But on the other hand, your modern software project is literally screaming for immediate, agile execution, and the parameters are constantly changing. Seriously, by the time you finally get a traditional in-house developer fully ramped up, your project requirements have probably already pivoted entirely. Traditional hiring simply cannot keep pace with how hyper-agile modern tech development needs to be.
And this mismatch? It creates 3 distinct bottlenecks. First up, you've got that missing puzzle piece of limited in-house expertise. Your current team is probably fantastic, right? But they literally can't master every brand new framework or language overnight. Second, as you scramble to fill these gaps with quick fixes or super expensive contractors, your development costs just absolutely skyrocket. And third, the ticking clock. You have a desperate need to accelerate your time to market. These aren't just minor annoyances. These are critical roadblocks to your innovation and your ability to scale effectively.
Section 2. Defining dedicated development teams.
So the crucial point is, we are not talking about hiring random freelancers off the internet. And we definitely aren't talking about tossing your code into some massive anonymous outsourcing pool where you're just a ticket number in a queue. Dedicated software development is a highly specific hiring model. You get a dedicated team of software engineers who focus entirely and exclusively on your project. They integrate so deeply with your day-to-day operations that they literally become an extension of your own organization. They learn your culture, your business goals, and your code base inside and out.
Section 3. Benefits of the dedicated model.
The benefits here really break down into a powerful rule of 3. First up, speed and cost. You achieve significantly faster product development and incredibly flexible team scaling, all while actually driving down your operational costs compared to that traditional hiring route we talked about earlier. Next is quality. You gain instant access to highly experienced developers who use rigorous agile methodologies, which directly results in higher software quality. Finally, integration. This means better communication, totally transparent project management, and, this is a big one for growing businesses, long-term product knowledge backed by continuous support. You're basically lowering overhead, elevating their code quality, and ensuring deep, long-lasting project alignment all at once.
And what's awesome is that the capabilities of a dedicated team cover pretty much the entire spectrum of modern engineering. We're talking custom software, sleek enterprise mobile apps, complex SaaS platforms, API integrations, and heavy-duty cloud development. They handle UI and UX design, robust software testing, DevOps pipelines, and even legacy system modernization. So you aren't just renting a few extra coders for a couple of months. You are literally bolting on a comprehensive full-stack product engine capable of driving every single phase of your digital lifecycle forward.
And this brilliantly illustrates just how incredibly adaptable this model is across totally different industries. Whether you're navigating the super strict compliance hoops of healthcare and fintech, managing massive, complex operations in logistics and manufacturing, or pushing code daily at lightning speed for a SaaS startup, this model just fits perfectly. Education, retail, travel, real estate, these dedicated teams mold their technical expertise to meet the exact regulatory, security, and market demands of your specific world.
Section 4. How the process works. Let's move to and see how this builds into a totally turnkey, 6-step engagement process that ensures absolutely nothing is left to chance. Step 1 is discovery and requirements gathering, making sure everyone is perfectly aligned on your vision. Then we move straight into step 2, selecting the exact right developers tailored for your specific tech stack. Step 3 is meticulous project planning. The actual building happens in step 4, through iterative agile sprints. And notice how step 5 tightly merges QA, quality assurance, with deployment. It treats the launch not as some stressful afterthought, but as a heavily tested, critical phase. Finally, step 6 ensures continuous improvement to keep your product constantly ahead of the curve.
But here's the catch. This process only succeeds if you choose the right partner. Technical chops, those are just the baseline. You absolutely must demand transparent communication, proven agile delivery, and ironclad security practices right from day one. You want a team that prioritizes building scalable architecture, so your product doesn't just break the second you start to grow. Look for experienced project managers leading the charge, and honestly, above all, you want a vendor who is fully committed to a long-term partnership rather than someone just executing a quick transactional contract.
Section 5. Build faster with SparkOut Tech.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how a partner like SparkOut Tech executes this exact model. They bring a deeply future-proofed tech stack to the table. By integrating advanced AI solutions, cutting-edge cloud infrastructure, seamless mobile and web apps, and genuinely modern engineering practices, they make sure your product delivery actually hits your business targets. They're all about highly collaborative development and flexible engagement models, which means they can quickly pivot and scale your digital products smoothly, exactly when you need it most.
I really love this quote because it sums up the core takeaway perfectly. Whether you're launching a startup, modernizing enterprise software, or scaling an existing digital product, a dedicated software development team gives you the expertise, flexibility, and speed needed to build software with confidence. Confidence is absolutely the operational word there. It is all about completely stripping away that anxiety and friction from development and replacing it with predictable, high quality, and really fast execution.
So, I'll leave you with this ultimate question. Are you ready to build software with confidence? If you are sick and tired of those traditional hiring bottlenecks suffocating your innovation, it might just be time to connect with a partner like SparkOut Tech to bring your vision to life. Because honestly, in today's fast-moving digital landscape, the biggest risk isn't changing your development model, it's staying exactly where you are and letting the competition outpace you. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and happy building!